Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the shady dealings and financial wizardry that companies try to pull right under our noses. Today we're diving into United States Antimony Corporation's latest report, and let's just say their smelters might be getting a bit thirsty for some crucial materials. United States Antimony Corporation, or USAC, as they like to be called, US Antimony, or just the company, has put out a report that's all about their supply chain. It seems they're scrambling to find enough antimony to keep their two smelters running. This is a pretty big deal for a company whose name literally has antimony in it. Now, while this report doesn't dive deep into financial spreadsheets like some others we see, it's painting a picture of a company focused on securing the raw ingredients it needs to operate. Think of it like a chef who needs to make sure they have enough flour before they can even think about baking bread. This filing is essentially a public announcement saying, hey, we're working hard to get the stuff we need to make our stuff. It's not a financial earnings report that will show you if they made a profit or loss in the last quarter, but rather a heads up on a critical operational challenge they are facing. Their stock, which you can find traded under on the NYSE American and NYSE Texas exchanges, is directly connected to how well they can manage these kinds of supply chain issues. If they can't get the antimony, they can't run the smelters, and if they can't run the smelters, and if they can't run the smelters, and it can't run the smelters, well, that's not good for business. The main event here, the core message they want to get across is this. On July 14th of last year, USAC put out a press release. This press release was all about their efforts to buy antimony. They need this antimony to feed their two working smelters. It's like they're saying, we're busy securing our ingredients. This is a pretty transparent move, letting everyone know about a key part of their operational strategy. So the document we're dissecting today is essentially telling us that a press release was issued, and that press release is the star of the show. What's in that press release? Well, it's all about procurement efforts for antimony, which is the critical raw material for their smelters. They're actively trying to get their hands on this stuff. And who's signing off on this? Richard R. Ezek, their Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. This tells us that it's not just an operational announcement, it's something being officially acknowledged at a high financial level. The date they're signing off is July 15, 2025, just a day after the press release itself, showing they're keeping things current. Now, what does this all mean for you as an investor or someone just curious about the markets? Well, this filing tells us that USAC is facing a significant challenge in securing the raw materials needed for its core business operations. Antimony is a key component for many industries, including flame retardants, batteries, and alloys. And if you can't get your hands on it, your business grinds to a halt. Think about it this way. If you were a baker and you suddenly found out your sugar supply was cutting you off, you'd be in trouble, right? You'd start calling around, trying to find any baker who has extra sugar, or maybe looking into new sources. That's exactly what USAC is doing here. They're in secure the supply mode. This kind of announcement, even though it's not a detailed financial report, is crucial because it signals potential disruptions. If they can't secure enough antimony, it could mean slower production, higher costs as they compete for limited supply, or even temporary shutdowns of their smelters. All of these things directly impact a company's revenue and profitability. We need to look at this through a lens of risk and opportunity. The risk is clear. Supply chain issues can cripple operations. The opportunity, however, lies in how well USAC navigates this. If they can successfully secure long-term contracts or find new reliable sources of antimony, it could actually strengthen their position in the market. It shows resilience and strategic foresight. It's also worth noting that antimony, like many commodities, can be subject to price volatility due to geopolitical factors, mining disruptions, and global demand. So USA isn't just dealing with a simple shopping trip, they're playing in a complex global market. While this report doesn't give us numbers like revenue decreased by 10, STEK or profit margin widened to 5%, it gives us something equally important, insight into operational fundamentals. A company might look good on paper based on past performance, but if its supply chain is faltering, that future performance is in jeopardy. Conversely, a company that proactively addresses supply chain issues, even if it's not flashy, is building a more stable foundation. In essence, what USR is communicating is that their focus right now is on the absolute basics of keeping the lights on and the machinery running. The success of the company moving forward hinges on their ability to solve this fundamental need for raw materials. It's a critical operational update that sets the stage for whatever their next financial report will show. If they can solve their supply issues, we might see those financial numbers improve. If they can't, well, the opposite is likely true. So what's my take on all this? United States Antimony Corporation seems to be in a crucial phase where their operational strategy is entirely focused on securing essential raw materials. Their ability to manage this supply chain challenge will be the biggest determinant of their future success. The risks are clear, disruptions and increased costs, but the opportunity lies in demonstrating their capability to navigate these complexities and build a more robust, secure supply chain. It shows us that even for established companies, the fundamentals of getting the basic materials needed to operate remain critically important. Alright, that's our breakdown of United States Antimony Corporation's operational update. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.